Yeah. Did Jay reach out yet? Nah, Bob. He ghosting. This motherfucker doing? These tweeting out because I'm in here. Hey, yo, check this out. Need you to reach out to the producer.
Now that breaking news just in on rapper Jay-Z, who has this morning been accused of alongside Sean Diddy Combs. In a refiled lawsuit, an unnamed accuser claims the assault happened when she was 13 years old at an MTV Video Music Awards after party in 2000.
A lawsuit filed by Houston attorney Tony Busby back in October was amended tonight to add Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, as a defendant.
This is what it's feeling good?
Oh, you put that thing on the woo!
You see how we do it here on Saturday. This is what it's feeling good?
Oh, you put that.
Jay-Z, known for staying calm under pressure, is now at the center of a jaw-dropping lawsuit that's threatening his empire. The case has also dragged Diddy into the mix, and shockingly, it's linked to allegations involving a 13-year-old. What really happened, and why is Jay-Z losing his composure? Stick around as we dive into this legal storm shaking the foundations of hip-hop royalty.
Put your Rockefeller shit in. Put your Rockefeller.
We've got breaking news from New York. A lawsuit has accused rapper Jay-Z of 13-year-old girl in 2000, allegedly alongside Sean Diddy Combs. The anonymous accuser says the alleged assault happened after the teen was driven to an MTV Video Music after party. The federal suit was originally filed in October, listing Combs as a defendant. It's now been refiled to include Carter. None of the allegations have been proven in court. Carter is the first celebrity to be accused of in connection to Combs.
It's 2020, y'all. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense. Thank you. I love you. I'm having a great night.
With all due respect to Jay-Z, there's an awful lot of pictures of you running around in your undies at parties with Diddy. And so you were at some of these parties. It's not like there's no photographs that America's going in, hey, is that a young Jay-Z running around in his underwear with Diddy at a party? Huh. You know, when you see that, it's hard to walk away from that visual.
It all started back on October 20th when Tony Busby filed a case under the New York City Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act. At the time, the documents referred to a Celebrity A and Celebrity B alongside Sean Diddy Combs, accusing them of repeatedly essaying a minor. By November 18th, things got even more heated. An unnamed celebrity from Los Angeles, represented by the high-profile law firm Emanuel, Urquhart & Sullivan, fired back and accused Busby of extortion in LA Superior Court. Then on December 8th, Busby returned with a new filing, this time naming Jay-Z directly. And just like that, Beyoncé's husband was dragged into a legal spotlight no one wants to be in.
Jay-Z and Diddy and a teenager, 13-year-old teenager.
Right.
What did you feel about just that whole thing, man?
As much as people feel like I haven't had issues with Puffy. I don't like him like that. Like, I don't like things that he would do. But Jay definitely not that. I hope things are all right for him internally. For him, because in the statement they mentioned his daughter would, being old enough to, because she about 13.
Right.
So it's the same age as his kids. What you saying he did? We live in a climate that is not even what you did. It's what they said you did.
Right.
Right? So it's like the damage is already done by the allegation itself.
Jay-Z, who's usually pretty quiet about these things, decided to speak out. He confirmed that he was the unnamed celebrity involved in the LA case, but didn't hold back in his response to Busby. He called Busby dishonorable and claimed he's seen this kind of behavior before. Jay-Z said he's more than ready to deal with what he described as Busby's tactics.
But honestly, it's the last paragraph for me, because I feel like he's coming after Psychic Sloan Bella and Jaguar Wright. He says, "You have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that, quote, all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the projects of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have a very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists fake, he says physics here, but I think he means psychics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. He says, I look forward to showing you just how different I am. Is that a threat? Is Jaguar right? They're a nasty little couple that does nasty things.
But Busby wasn't about to back down. On social media, he accused Jay-Z, who's known to be a close friend of Sean Diddy Combs, of bullying and harassing both him and the plaintiff. Meanwhile, Diddy's situation is looking worse. A New York judge recently denied him bail for the third time, labeling him a serious risk for witness tampering. Prosecutors have even accused him of trying to contact witnesses from jail and spreading certain narratives to influence public opinion ahead of his upcoming trial for human exploitation.
We made a bail appeal to Judge Carter. It did not go our way. The fight continues. We're not giving up by a long shot. I told Mr. Combs I'm going to try and get his case to trial as quickly as possible. I'm going to try and minimize the amount of time he spends in very, very difficult and I believe inhumane housing conditions in the special housing unit of the Metropolitan Detention Facility. And I'm going to do everything that I can to move his case as quickly as possible. I understand that the government has a great amount of electronic devices that they have to download and provide to me, but everything's on the government's timetable, nothing's on the defendant's timetable, and they're going to have to accommodate me and him and give us a quick trial, and I'm going to be pushing for that.
Now let's talk about Jay-Z's legal battle. So far, no date has been set for his request to either dismiss the case or make Jane Doe reveal her identity. Jay-Z's legal team isn't just defending him, they're going on the offensive too. They've accused Tony Busby, the plaintiff's lawyer, of pressuring someone to lie about Sean Diddy Combs. Mary Henderson, who works at Alex Spiro's law firm, Jay-Z's head lawyer for the case, filed a declaration with some shocking claims. According to Henderson, she recently spoke to a woman in Texas who shared her bad experiences with Busby's firm. The woman said she contacted them about being a victim of exploitation involving celebrities who weren't connected to Diddy or Jay-Z. But here's where things get wild. Henderson says the woman claimed Busby's team pushed her to connect her story to Diddy. They allegedly even coached her to say she was held down and forced to take narcotics, something she insisted never happened. When she refused to lie, she says the firm dropped her as a client.
Based purely on her testimony, if this is so old, maybe there's no surveillance, maybe there's no text messages, maybe there's no forensics, could she win based purely on her account of what happened?
She could theoretically win if her testimony were especially compelling, but I think you put your finger on one of the real weaknesses, is that these allegations are ancient. One thing that leapt out to me is the allegations also include that there was a witness,
yes,
other than Diddy, who a female, another woman. Her testimony, and obviously she will be subpoenaed, could be crucial. I mean, if that testimony corroborated the plaintiff's claims, then that would be something that would really be a game changer.
Jay-Z's lawyer, Alex Spiro, had a lot to say about this latest twist. He believes it's more proof that Jay-Z has every right to dig deep into the accusations against him. Spiro also argued that this new information supports their push to have Busby's client reveal her identity. But Tony Busby isn't backing down. He fired back at Jay-Z's legal team, calling them desperate and out of control. In a statement to USA Today, Busby dismissed the allegations as ridiculous and without any evidence to back them up. Busby also explained how his firm operates. He said they take on cases they believe have merit and are worth pursuing, adding that they are currently handling hundreds of cases unrelated to Diddy. However, he denied any claims of pressuring clients, saying they reject cases only if they find them weak or not credible. On the topic of the mystery witness, Busby pointed out that Jay-Z's team hasn't shared her identity either. He said it's impossible for him to respond to the claims without knowing who the woman is or what she supposedly told his intake team. Busby called the whole situation a farce. As for the accusation that his firm drops clients who won't go after Diddy, Busby strongly denied it. He emphasized that they don't pressure anyone to file claims and they don't need to. He admitted they received prank calls and cases they can't pursue, but said they already have more cases than they can handle, so there's no need to push anyone into filing a weak. Things between Jay-Z and Tony Busby are only getting more heated. Busby recently called Jay-Z's legal team desperate and out of control. He claimed every new allegation they've made is just an attempt to distract from the serious accusations his clients are facing. Busby made it clear that his team wouldn't be swayed by these tactics and wouldn't let their clients be silenced or intimidated. This legal drama has been building since November. Back in October, Busby revealed he was planning to file civil lawsuits for over 100 alleged victims who say they were essayed by Diddy. Meanwhile, things aren't looking great for Diddy either. His legal team recently admitted he broke jail phone rules at the MDC in Brooklyn. Prosecutors accuse him of using other inmates' phone access cards to contact witnesses and possibly try to influence public opinion.
With evidence that he actually tried to circumvent the rules of the Brooklyn Metropolitan Center, circumvent the rules of the prison when it came to communications, was enough to hold him behind bars and to deny him bail. But to your point, Brian, the judge definitely went through this analysis. The judge asked for specific case law relating to these specific issues, but ultimately made that determination that Diddy, there was nothing that the defense could offer to make it safe for the community for him to be out on bail.
All these extra things that have been bubbling around, talk of, maybe corrupting potential witnesses, etc., etc. How much worse is that all potentially making his situation?
A whole lot worse, Piers. That type of conduct, if it's really going on, can be introduced into the trial in front of the jury, and it shows indicia or consciousness of guilt.
Diddy's lawyer, Alexandra Shapiro, defended him, saying it's common for inmates to share phone access cards, and it doesn't necessarily mean Diddy was trying to obstruct justice. She also pointed out there's no evidence his calls were any different from the ones he could have made using his own card.
First of all, what was your reaction to this newest and latest allegation of more than 100 additional victims?
Hi, Nicole. Nice to be with you. It's the proverbial snowball coming down the hill. When you've been living a lifestyle, not just one or two incidences, but a lifestyle which Diddy seems to have led, there's a lot of people, a lot of activity out there. And to be honest, I don't think it's over. I don't think we're at the precipice yet. We're going to see these new claims come out in different states, different jurisdictions. The additional ones will follow, and people are kind of jumping on the bandwagon. And the indictment and the initial civil lawsuits gave a lot of these victims the courage to come forward. That's probably why they didn't come forward before, and now we're seeing it.
But the plot thickened even more when Judge Arun Subramanian ruled that prosecutors had to destroy notes taken from Diddy's cell during a raid. Despite prosecutors arguing that the notes were critical to their case, the judge's decision only added more fuel to this already intense legal battle.
I remember seeing a quote from Sean Diddy Combs that he said he never wore the same clothes twice.
Oh, and now every day,
now he's got to wear that little
same
beige outfit.
Diddy's mother, Janice Small Combs, recently spoke out through the family's lawyer. She shared her heartbreak over the accusations against her son, suggesting that the claims might be motivated by money. She also compared her son to others who've been wrongly convicted because of their past mistakes. While defending him, she did admit that Diddy has made mistakes and might not have been fully truthful about the allegations from his ex, Cassie Ventura. Given the deep friendship between Jay-Z and Diddy, it's no surprise that their names are being linked together in the midst of all these allegations. But how far back does their friendship really go?
Who is Sean approved from the world of entertainment?
There's only one person.
Oh, go on.
And I call him Sean. That's Jay-Z. We call each other Sean.
Okay.
Yeah. Nobody else could call me Sean.
He's the only person who's Sean approved.
There's not a single person that
outside
should be,
of family.
That should be outside of my mother.
Okay, just
that should be calling me. Yeah, they should be calling me Sean.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. He ain't doing different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Jay-Z and Diddy's relationship has definitely come a long way since the 90s. They started off as industry rivals, then teamed up for collaborations, and eventually became close friends. The two moguls first crossed paths early in their career. By 1993, Diddy was already making waves with his record label, Bad Boy Entertainment. Just a few years later, in 1996, he teamed up with Jay-Z on the track Brooklyn's Finest for Jay-Z's debut album, Reasonable Doubt. The following year, Combs dropped his debut album, No Way Out, under the name Puff Daddy, which featured a collaboration with Jay-Z on the track Young G's. From then on, their working relationship only grew stronger. In 1999, both Jay-Z and Diddy managed to avoid jail time for separate incidents. Jay-Z was involved in the stabbing of Lance Rivera at the Kit Kat Club, but he only got 3 years probation for third-degree physical harm. Almost 20 years later, Rivera even confirmed that Jay-Z wasn't the one who actually stabbed him. Meanwhile, Diddy got 3 years of probation after he fled the scene of a nightclub shooting with Jennifer Lopez.
At first, I didn't like him at all. You know, I didn't. I thought he was like, you know.
If you recall, the last time that you were here,
Yes.
I was telling you that I could always see you getting back with Puffy in a little way.
I remember you said
Yes.
that. Yes.
Or in my mind.
Look at that.
Or in my mind, getting together permanently with Pitbull.
Over the years, Jay-Z and Diddy were often seen together at both work events and social gatherings. In 2005, they even teamed up to donate $1 million for Hurricane Katrina relief after the disaster hit New Orleans. In 2007, they shared the stage with 50 Cent and Kanye West at the Screamfest Hip Hop Festival. While they looked united on stage, things between 50 Cent and Diddy took a different turn over time, leading to a growing feud. This tension even sparked 50 Cent to make a documentary about the allegations titled Diddy Do It. 2 years later, Diddy spoke about his friendship with Jay-Z when asked about a viral photo of the two at one of his famous parties. He explained that he was telling Jay-Z how much he appreciated and valued their friendship. Diddy emphasized that while people see them as competitors and icons in hip-hop, that moment was just about two black brothers showing mutual appreciation.
Such great photos. I mean, really capturing a moment in time. How do you feel about all the work?
I feel absolutely great about it, especially being a part of this moment in time. It's just great to display it, and we all know that a picture is worth 1,000 words, and we're just excited to bring everyone else into it and can have that moment as well.
Well, of course, this is all about icons, and Diddy, you are super icon. And there's so many photos out there, but the one of you and Jay-Z really stands out to me. What was that moment? Do you remember that time?
Yeah, that was at one of my birthday parties, and I was just telling him I appreciated him coming. He was on tour, and he flew in private after one of his shows just to come to the party, and he had to fly back out. I was just telling him how much I appreciate it, you know, how much I value our friendship. People see us as competitors and different icons in the hip-hop game, but that was a moment of just two black brothers telling each other how much they appreciate each other.
And we call that picture a secret society. All we ask is trust.
I like that. I like that.
With all due respect to Jay-Z, there's an awful lot of pictures of you running around in your undies at parties with Diddy. And so you were at some of these parties. It's not like there's no photographs that America's going in, hey, is that a young Jay-Z running around in his underwear with Diddy at a party? Huh. You know, when you see that, it's hard to walk away from that visual.
In 2020, at a black billionaire brunch hosted by Jay-Z's label, Roc Nation, Diddy gave an emotional speech. He talked about how far they'd come, mentioning that they'd spared no expense and how important it was for them to stay united. Jay-Z nodded along as Diddy emphasized how tight their bond had grown over the years.
Put your Rockefeller sign in the city. Put your Rockefeller.
But fast forward to 2024, and it seems like Jay-Z has started to separate himself from Diddy, especially after federal charges were filed against Diddy for exploitation and racketeering. With Diddy's trial scheduled for May 5th, multiple civil lawsuits have been filed, including one that targets both Diddy and Jay-Z. So, did Jay-Z ever attend Diddy's famous parties? Over the years, Jay-Z has been seen at several of Diddy's legendary bashes, including his 4th of July party in 2000, his surprise 35th birthday party in 2004, and his 39th birthday celebration in 2008.
I love you. I'm having a great night.
Right now, Diddy is behind bars, getting ready for his trial on federal carnal crime charges. He's also denied all the allegations that have been thrown his way, including a lawsuit filed by hundreds of people accusing him of SA. One of the accusers even claims he was SA'd when he was just 9 years old during an audition at a studio in New York City. But what do you think? What role, if any, did Jay-Z play in the mess Diddy is in now? Drop your thoughts in the comments. That's all for today. If you want to stay up to date on the latest hot topics, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell for more videos like this. Stay tuned.